Hey everyone, my name's Sophia. Now in this video I'm going to be talking, doing a little test really and talking about belief systems, suppressed belief systems, and so you can kind of understand how you have that suppressed belief system, and because you don't really know what to change if you don't know that you have it in the first place. So I'm going to do a little test. So pause it, grab a pen and paper. And also at the end, I'm going to talk about how to kind of balance out your masculine and feminine as well. This test is going to be really, it's belief systems, but how I do this test is about your wants, what you want in your life. Now, most people think they know what they want in general. Now, I'm going to give you a little example. Say if you're a guy and you wanted, say, to be married and to be have a wife who wanted the kids. The wife stayed at home, and you wanted, a secure office job, a car, a dog, that kind of thing. But then you had parents who had a family business and they wanted you to work in the family business. Even if that guy wanted the wife and, the kids and the office and that, first of all, that will be two opposing frequencies because of words and energetic form reside inside as frequencies. So it'd be his version of what he wanted and then his parents' version of what he wanted. And guess which one would win? The parents, you see, because your parents are your dominating influence from childhood to adulthood. And then when you get to adulthood, which most say from 16, which is like, is till whenever you feel you're an adult, really. But most things that happen from childhood stick from the age from, babies till 7. It's kind of in the subconscious. So here's what I'm going to do is give you a kind of a test to see if your wants is your wants or is it your parents' wants, because that's the first step to recognize how to change things. So I'm going to jump in and let me see how it's going to start. So I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Okay, so the first question I've got for you is, in your life, who do you think you craved the love from the most out of your parents? And it doesn't matter if they're you was adopted or you lived with, your nan or something like that, then that's obvious. If it's a single parent and you live with one, that's okay. But if it's your mum or your dad, which one do you think you crave the love from more? And generally there is someone you crave that love from more. And when I'm saying it, it probably pops into the head right now anyway. So which one of your parents do you think you craved the love from more? So jot that down. Like question number 2. Sorry, I got my notes all over the place. Oh, okay. So what did you have to be like to get that love? Now I'm going to give you an example. Did you have to be like strong or a leader or the complete opposite, quiet and well behaved, maybe top marks in the class, that kind of thing? What do you think you had to be like? Like, for example, in my family, we had, well, I say we, that's me and my twin sister. The boys were different, but we had to be quiet, just quiet. That was it. What is it? Seen but not heard, that kind of thing. So what was it that you had to be like? And write down as much as possible as what you think. Hopefully, whilst you're finding that, I'm going to look for the next one because I've got my notes all over the place. Okay. Oh, now the opposite. What could you not be like? What could you not be like? Another example for me. I couldn't ask my mum jack shit. Anything with school, anything with, you know, homework, you know, I couldn't even ask her where we're going. Do you know what I mean? I had to really be quiet, you know. I couldn't be loud. I couldn't, you know, that kind of thing. What could you not be like? So, you know, if you got to pause it, write it down, but you'll know all these kind of questions, you see, when they will pop up into you. This is going to help you with things. So you couldn't be, for example, weak. You couldn't be a failure, like with the top marks and stuff like that. You couldn't be emotional. I never cried in front of my mum. You know, I couldn't be emotional. Couldn't be curious. Like I said, I couldn't say to her, you know, what's that? What do the stars mean? She wasn't that kind of a person. Write it all down. So, okay, so you pause it, you know, when you see suit and all that. But anyway, so I want you to look and read what you've written and see if that is you. What I mean by that is that I thought in my life, because I didn't really like how I was brought up, I thought I was different. Because you think you're going to be, is it rebelling against what you don't like? But when I done this test and I looked at the results, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm still it. I'm this person that I didn't like to be, but I still am before, because I'm not like that now. I still, you know, I was quiet, you know, I didn't ask people questions and stuff like that. So I want you to look at what your parents you thought they were, and you will see, is that you? Is that you now? So if it is you, can you see that you've been living your life not what you thought you was? Because I really thought I'm going to be different. You know, I'm not going to be like that. It was horrible. I didn't know, you know, I felt I wasn't visible and stuff like that, but I still came out the same because, like I said, your parents are the dominating influence from all children. So it doesn't matter what you turn out to be older, is already suppressed within you, you see. And here's another thing with that, is that when you grow up, you still not think that, no, I'm not like my parents, I'm a different person. So for example, I might go with someone and think, yeah, I want that happy ever after, live with someone, get married, have the kids and blah, blah, blah. And someone might go on a date and someone, and he might say to me, do you want to get married and have kids? And I'll be like, yeah, that's what I want to do. You know what I mean? But the underneath, it's like, no, I'm doing what my parents want me to do. So you are just, well, that's why I say no words are needed in this universe. So you go out, dating for a few months, and then you split up and you think, why do you split up? We both said we wanted the same thing, but because of you're aligned differently internally. And he might have said something to you and you said it, and you both have different alignments internally. So hopefully that works. If it doesn't, if you're like, no, 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 I'm different, it's fine, I'm my own person, slightly denial. But anyway, you need to still then work out what you do want. Then you have to tap in, align yourself, love yourself properly. Then you won't bother about anything except for just being happiness. And that includes not being with your person at the end of the day. It's nice, but it's an addition. So now I'm going to talk about biochemistry. Biochemistry is leveling out your masculine and feminine. Now, here's another thing, and it kind of links into what I just said. Now, when I was growing up, like my mum, I was brought up with, well, basically my mum, and she's West Indian from Grenada, and which she was very in a culture of the girl children. It's kind of like Indian culture as well, but we don't have arranged marriages, but everything else is pretty much the girl children Well, I think my mum might have been over the top. I don't really know much other West Indian people because it's a small island. Anyway, my point, she was very strict. The girl children had to look after my brothers, you know, the men were the main ones kind of thing. So we had to cook, clean, do the dishes. You know, we weren't really actually allowed to go to school. That's how bad it was because we had to, our mum was a single parent for years and there were 6 of us. Me and my twin sister was the youngest. We had 4 older brothers. So she's like, you have to stay at home, do all the housework, the cooking, the cleaning, because I have to go to work and, you know, to support us all. So, you know, anyway, that's such as life. But so when I got older, I was like, but that, I'm going to go and get an education, go and do everything I want to do in my life, get my monies up and stuff like that. And because my mum was like, you do that, you go and get an education and make sure you, because of you don't want to be like me. So I was like, yeah, 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 you're right, you're right. But when I was younger, this is the key, when I was like, you know, 9, 10, 11, I just wanted to get married and, you know, have the, meet my prince, you know, uh, um, I used to love makeup and all that kind of thing. But my mum was like, no, 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 you need to be strong, you need to be firm. Men, you know, walk all over you because she was a single parent so with all the kids. So she kind of resented it. And she was like, no, you get a good job and stuff like that. So what happened was I suppressed the inner child of the feminine side of me from wanting to have that happy ever after, and then I went and done, what did I do? See, followed what my mum said, and I done all the businesses and I worked my arse off and I got my monies up. So my point is I suppressed the feminine side of me and went more masculine. But now you know, that's why my hair's all blonde and I like the makeup. I balanced it back out, you know. So you have to go back to your core identity and figure out what you was when you was younger. Doesn't matter. This isn't to do with sexuality. This is biochemistry because of, once again, this is hidden stuff that is why you're not balancing out and why some are more masculine and why some are more feminine. So that's it really. So it's only short. That's why I put the two tests together. But it's all to do with your parents, you see. That's why I keep saying it's all to do with belief systems. It's nothing to do with words. Everyone's like, it's to do with words. There's no point saying to someone you love them. You feel that you love them, but inside there's suppressed shit that you have to sort out first. Once you sort out inside stuff, you won't be so bothered about your person. So thanks for listening and speak to you later.